What up, what up? This is Elbow from Random Elbows Music, and we are here with Civil Rights.
So just hit me up, so text me when you on the way.
Daydreaming about the old school. Daydreaming about the old school. I'm just daydreaming.
Put that shit in on the sack. Shop with somebody you know that you know needs it.
Young Copperfield, tryna cop a feel, find a different vigor once my nigga went and got a deal. Shit, and my other nigga got a deal. Sometimes I can't believe this shit is real, so I'ma dot these I's and cross these T's.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Sean MC, one half of Civil Rights.
I didn't trip out the back. This is gonna make my life better.
Draft, you better have Civil Rights.
Debatable. Highly debatable.
Okay, so Sean, I was talking to you earlier and you said you are originally from New York, right? Okay. What part?
Upstate Rochester.
Okay, and what brought you to Atlanta?
Family. My grandmother moved down here, and my dad wanted to move closer to his family, so we moved down here. East Side, Stone Mountain, Decatur.
And you were originally from Atlanta, right?
Born and raised from Atlanta. I live basically mostly on the east side, like between Stone Mountain, Decatur, and Lithonia, growing up. So, yeah, I'm pretty much an east side representative, but I lived on pretty much every part of the metro area except the south side. So, pretty well immersed in this Atlanta shit.
So before you became Civil Rights as a whole, did you guys do music individually?
Draft did. I never really started. I started making music around Draft and around the time he was making music. So we naturally made music together. And then eventually we started doing it consistently.
And what about you? You were doing...
Yeah, I've been doing music since I was like 14 or 15, like on some... I used to have this computer program called Cool Edit, so I just had like a bullshit ass mic and like that software I downloaded from like Napster or whatever, and just recording and like trying to figure it out. And I had like some bum ass producer program, and I used to like burn CDs and like with the fucking Sharpie and like write the title on them and hand them out around school when I was in high school. Like, if you didn't sing your CD on the ground, then a motherfucker not. You like winning over a crowd ain't nothing, because it's like you like that challenge at this point because you just happy to be on stage, or you know, happy that you get the opportunity. But yeah. So
I heard Dorothy talk about the very first talent show that she saw y'all at.
Well,
talk more about that.
Well, what she was talking about, we actually have a mutual friend, and that mutual friend hosted the first show that I ever did, like my first live performance ever, and it's just like, it's kind of eerie sometimes when I see our mutual friend, because it's just like, I remember being terrified of going on stage, you know, so it's like that, like things like that, I feel like sometimes the internet age kind of ruined a lot of artists, because they don't get a chance to really get their chops. Like, for me, being on stage is like a thrill, because you know, everybody can hide behind the internet and all this facade and image and shit, but when you on stage and you really facing the crowd, that's when like shit's real. I mean, like, this when it's real. If you a lame motherfucker, that shit gonna come out and everybody gonna see it and give a fuck how many followers you got. So like, I'm thankful I got to get my chops like when shit was still less all based on the internet, like following and shit like that. So, but yeah, that mutual friend, she still does host battles and shit like that around Atlanta. It's NYC.
If you had like a dream collaboration, Sean, who would you love to collaborate with? Mainstream or even underground? Maybe somebody local here in Atlanta.
I don't really have, because we in a group, I feel like we do a lot of our own, like, filling in, like, other spots. Like, I feel like our songs don't get boring because it's two of us. But I do think that a lot of I can't say anybody in particular. I think a lot of the people we working with right now are kind of like my dream collaborations. Like even the Channel 6 project, the fake news shit, that was some shit that I said I wanted to do after we did one song, and then it just ended up happening. And it happened exactly how I kind of felt like it should have naturally. So I think that like the projects that we're doing right now, we're just gonna open up other opportunities that eventually be kind of like my new dream project. But I feel like everything we're working on right now is kind of my dream project.
And let's talk more about fake news. There was an older gentleman that was talking to you guys with in the album. Who is that?
I don't know. that nigga. I used to work downtown. The nigga came into the shop. We was just talking about music. He was like, "Yeah, I've been in Atlanta since like I'm 70 some years old, or however old he said he was." He was like, "Yeah, I've been in Atlanta my whole life." And it was just some nigga that was just in there talking to us.
A lot of what we do on the album is like natural, so we're not the feds, but it's like we kicking it. Sometimes we might just record shit, just get to like the vibe of the day, because sometimes like, well, not sometimes, all the times, like most the songs are like come from like real life situations, so it's always dope when we can catch the vibe of what we wanted, like the vibe of the song with someone explaining it and they don't even know they're doing it, you know. So like with the older cat, that's kind of what he was doing. Like he didn't even know, he's kind of giving the blueprint for the album, like talking about all the history of Atlanta. The shit's called Fake News, and if anybody's seen the cover, it's like a splash of everything that people think of when they think of Atlanta. So like him giving like the backstory of seeing the Temptations fucking, what do you say, the Peacock or something, like, yeah. So it's like, that's like real, cause like if anybody knows about the Peacock, that's like, it goes back to like Mom's Mabley, like the 20s, like real black history shit. So like they used, like when black acts didn't have a lot of places to tour in the South, like that was one of those places, like the real Chitlin circuit.
What inspired the name Fake News?
It was just kind of something that came together based on the fact that we were talking about a movie, this movie called Living Large. We got a clip from the movie on the album or the EP, and it was just kind of about a guy trying to be something he's not, you know what I'm saying, like through becoming an anchor and gaining a lot of popularity. So we like that aspect from the entertainment side of it, but just the content, like we came up with a song called Alternative Facts, and it was just the content of that song. After we recorded it, it was like, yo, we should just call the project Fake News, because this is just such a solid song.
What's your favorite song off of Fake News?
6.
Okay. And what is number 6?
It's not number 6, it's the song number. It's the name of the song.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait, what?
I think it's number 5. Is it 5 on? Yeah, it's number 5. The song 6.
Gotcha. And you, what's your favorite song?
I don't know. No. My favorite song, well, I say it's like a tie between two, is Z6MF, or Zone 6 motherfucker, and Alternative Facts, like you said. Zone 6 motherfucker, honestly, it was one of them songs I honestly didn't like that much at first. But the more like other people heard it, it's like the reaction is always so crazy. Especially like when we do shows, it's always like, that's one of them songs that people seem to be waiting for and shit.
And why is 6 your favorite song?
I like the randomness of it. Like it's I feel like we get so caught up in trying to make songs that like we feel like people find palatable, and I think that makes rap interesting, because you find a format, like, and then you try to work your way out of it to make it something unique. But that song was just free form. It ain't got no hook. It's just bars. It is what it is. And I like that because I feel like that's what, at its best, rap is entertaining when it's just a conversation. Like, I'm giving you perspective. And I think that's what that song is. Like, it's just perspective. Like, all of that shit really happened. Like, you know what I mean? And I like being able to listen to a song and give somebody a feel. Like, people, like the shit that people were doing at that time, like they can listen to that song and be back at that place, and that shit's dope.
Who's your favorite artist?
I'm the worst person at this. Everybody has a joke with me. They're like, what's your favorite artist of this week? Currently, my favorite rapper is me or Sean MC. And all the time, I'd say Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, Eminem, Kendrick, Dre 3000, Dr. T.I., Outkast.
Wing it.
Every motherfucker. Everybody that you like that's good. All the good shit. I like good shit.
We get it, y'all.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay, so you said you have other people that you've been working with. Who are those people? Can you name those people?
We worked with Channel 6 on the Fake News Project. We're currently working with a vocalist by the name of Q. She's really dope. She's on a lot of the new project we're working on with this producer by the name of Stolen Drums. And she's also on Fake News as well. I mean, Illustrate is one of the producers that we really fuck with. He was one of the first people that really started working with us and recording us when we first started on our civil rights project. And then Hayesworth, Draft's brother, actually makes music as well. And so these are people that we kind of keep in our circle.
Do you know when you guys will be dropping, like, you know, something new, maybe new EP, single, video?
We just dropped a new song we kind of had for a minute, but Old School is out now on all streaming services. Shameless plug. iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, video on YouTube. Spotify boys, streaming service boys. But yeah, we plan on dropping more music in probably December. I mean, real shit, we can hit y'all with a lot of music. We just trying to make sure that we do it effectively. Like, I don't want to, like a lot of stuff that we've got now, I feel like it deserves a good rollout. Like, this last Fake News shit came from nothing. We were able to make some shit from nothing. And I feel like we did a good job. So let's see if we can do that shit again.
Okay, so you have a daughter. How old is she?
My daughter is like 1.
And that's your only child, right?
Yep.
How's it feel?
Feels like I gotta hurry up. Feel like the heat is on. But no, it's cool, man. I mean, I feel like you got a reason to live. You got, you know what I'm saying, a real legacy to leave. And one of the reasons I still rap, despite the pressure of like doing something expected, is because I feel like doing what's expected don't get you nowhere. Now, if I'm gonna set an example, like, don't want you to do what's unexpected. You know what I'm saying? You go outside of what you feel like your limitations are.
Jay, I'm big in hip hop, except we on the same page. And all I think about is winning. My retribution for sinning, my paybacks for my letdowns. For my daughter, I can feel.
I might have to tattoo of tears. Fuck. Capture this. God damn it. The curse of JJ.
Swear I cried so many times. I thought my cup was run. Read these blues on head, I lose like them. Don't got them. Love thy neighbors, kiss your babies. Hope you got you one.
Check.
All I think about's dying. I'm just glad I'm alive. I do dirt to get clean. I do drugs to get by. I ain't got all the answers. I just jump high to high. My girl sees all of my problems. We don't see eye to eye. Shit, I see heaven in a box Chevy. Ride forever if God will it. So possessed like God in it. 9 tenths, I'ma stall in it. I'ma sound like the law didn't. All this dope, that's God given. Talking tongues, that's God given. Rapping gift shit, get it. All these bars that Sean giving, I don't talk about it unless I live it. This ain't rap, it's metaphysics. All this ignorance sound autistic. No acknowledgement, I insist. Did all this here with no assistance. Just a vision, better live it, pay attention. And we from the 6, how about that? Took a shot, number net. Fuck a rep, cut the check. Nigga squid, cigarettes. Catch a short, nigga want smoke. Bought a bag, so I got a tote. Wish you would, I ain't got a hope. RP the grip and shorty low. Damn.